Here again, still here. I've been kneeling here for 4 hours. I haven't really. That would be ridiculous. Italy. First in the house. The dining room. Here we are again. Come on, come on. The sun is out here in Hampshire, in England, so I'm guessing there's been a few people out about in the garden maybe. I don't know, is it sunny all over the UK? Is it sunny in Italy? Or Northumberland? Where are you? Tell us where you are. Give me a vision. Where in the world? Where in the UK? I think we've got some people from Ireland joining us because we've just been on email. If you're new, this is the preamble, this is the pre-broadcast broadcast. So you have come to the right place, and I'm just counting down about 3 minutes before we get going with our third movement snack today. This just allows people to arrive, orientate around the little screens or tablets, and perhaps think about your positioning. Where are you going to stand? Where are you going to sit? Are you going to do a little bit of both? It's okay to sit all the way through it. It's okay to stand all the way through it. The idea is we're crowbarring a movement snack into your day, into any other activities that you've been doing. They're not to replace anything. Okay, they're not to replace anything in addition to more mindful awareness thinking around movement to improve mobility, spend a little bit more time on feet or spend more active time in sitting. This is the aim. So don't replace me with your formal structured exercise session. This is different. We're talking about functional movement. Who else is coming in? Maybe a 2-minute warning. We've had some remarkable feedback and comments and success shares. If you feel happy to, please share your success. Every win is a success, doesn't matter how small. We've heard about improvements in sitting down, getting out of a chair, mobility, coordination. Hearing your successes is great. It's great for me and great for everyone else who's reading as well. Success is relative, only relates to you, compares to you, no one else. 1 minute warning, and then we're on. In about mid-morning, we flipped over the membership count to about 2,020 people have joined this group in 9 days, which technically means there's 2,000 people interested in movement, which is great news. But I hope they're doing it and not just watching it on the video. 30 seconds and then we're going. Ready? I have the menu here, prepared, in the Master Chef Movement Kitchen. 3, 2, 1, go. We're in. Good afternoon, welcome. My name is Bex Townley from Later Life Training, and we are here in week 2, day 9, movement snack 3. After this snack, 30 minutes of extra movement in the movement bag. We're looking to accumulate additional movement minutes over time. There'll be immediate benefits in this 10 minutes for your mind and your body, your physiology. But what we're looking to get is these shift in routines. So these movement minutes remain as part of your daily life and therefore accumulating more time. Let's go. We're going to start as ever with about a minute and a half of circulation boosting. Pick your position in stand or in sit, please. So the first thing is always to decide where you're going to stand. Have you got some external support if you prefer, if this is going to offer you some additional confidence or additional stability. Looking to be upwardly mobile if you're happy to, but if the seat is your position of choice, that's absolutely fine as well. We all have a starting point. Just pick your starting point and we move from that. We're after quality, not quantity. If you are in stand and happy to start your circulation boosting, off you go. Just to give you a visual on that, we're articulating the feet, transferring the weight, standing more upright than you normally would. Upright, proud, with the arms, one or two, lightly moving. So just focus on your posture and your ankle movement, and it's the same in the chair. Sit away from the back of the chair first off. This will help you stand more easier and to move more freely. Hip walk slightly forward so your backside just comes past centre in the chair. If you need to pit stop at any point to take your a rest, if your posture muscles get tired, we just go in and come out of that position again. The circulation boosting march starts from the feet. So if you just pick up the heels, push up the heels and just lift the toes off. So it's generated from the feet, it's not generated from the hips. However, if you are a tall person, and especially if your chair is short, you might feel a bit squeezed here in the hips. So do focus on feet, or you have the option to take the feet slightly forward and now to tap the toes. So we're just easing off the movement here at the hips. Bring the feet back in and then just focus on the heels. So the weight of the legs is always supported. If you can, then just pick the heels up. Arms in chair is here, one arm alternating, add two when you're happy to, or we have that supported position here. If you can coordinate both, that's okay as well. So just pick and mix your sequence. Keep going with that if that's your seated option. And this circulation boosting just serves to do that, to give the circulation a boost if you've been sat for a while, or actually if you've been active, out gardening, or doing housework or whatever. It just serves as a time to go, okay, let's optimise posture, let's optimise stand without the thought of doing a task. Let's get ready to think about movement and be more aware of it. Forgotten what's on the menu. In these evening sessions, we're going to focus on some slow, smooth, three-dimensional movements that may challenge balance, so use support. And then we're going to have a stretch. So we've been working on this arm movement whereby we float up and come down. Start one and then the other, bring them together when you're ready to. It's the same in the seated position. Keeping the arms under shoulder height, and we're just trying to build to a steady, actually slower is better for this one, and I'm after you to really articulate the wrists this time and the fingers. So we have this arm movement, trying to get both arms moving at the same height and pace, and then we've been adding in a head turn with that, back to centre, turn and back to centre. Now you might find at any point in time that something stops moving, or perhaps you suddenly realise your head just stopped moving. This is usual. This is us trying to get our coordination literally around having lots of body parts moving at the same time, because this is how we manage life: arms, heads, turns. I want to build on that if I may. So standing option, please. Let's just take some steady knee bends. This is a small range of movement. I bend and stand taller. Lift and open the shoulders as you go with that. Bend and stand taller, with or without support. Then we can start to build it up again. One arm, da-da-da-da, and then the other. I'm going to turn this way so you can see, but keep using the support if you need. So we're combining a knee bend with an arm movement with a focus on wrists as well. So we have this type of movement. Keep going on that in standing. In seated, you're going to focus, keep going on the arms here. Now rather than the knee bend, we're going to take just a little weight shift from one buttock to the other. It's very small. It's just like a shift. It's like a hip hinge. So I'm lifting up and lifting up through the hips here. Or it could be little weight shifts. So I've got a sideways weight shift movement in seated. And in standing, I've got my knee bend movement. At any point, if it all starts to go wrong, we stop the movement and we build it up again, bringing in the knees, bringing in the one arm, or if you prefer, just stick with one body part moving. As and when you feel you can, we can bring in the weight shift. So in seated it's here, weight shift with the head, and in standing it's here. There's a lot going on here. So take up support, just have a go. This is usual. Head turning, arm movements, wrists, weight shift. This is how we live our lives. So just break it down to a point that's comfortable for you. All right, take a pause. Just put in a few shoulder rolls just to lift us open a little bit more. And we're going to move on to our stretches, starting with our chest stretch. In stand, our option is take up some support. This could be just hips lightly on a wall so you're freely standing, or hand on table if you prefer. Lift and open the chest. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We can slide hands into position and we can hold that stretch here and move out of it if we need to. And in chair position it's the same. The priority is to open the chest. If that means you can get your hands around as well, that's okay, or one at a time, that's okay. Or if you have shoulder limitation or restriction, just the lift and press, squeeze the shoulder blades together. That alone may give you this feeling of stretch, and it should feel quite nice. Ease out of the stretch. You can go in again. We're looking to hold these 8, 12 seconds, maintain normal breathing, but if you've had enough, you just come out and go in again. Staying in the top half, we're going to spend a little bit of time now on the back of the arm here. So just before we do that, just do a couple of shoulder rolls just to prepare. Fingertip comes to shoulder, head stays still, and then we ease this in position. In standing, it's exactly the same. Now just ease that to a point that that feels like that's the comfortable the point that it arrives, and then we hold that here. So we're stretching the back of the arm, but I'm also offering the shoulder some support. I'm supporting the arm here. Or if you're happy to, you can freely hold it in that position. From here now, if you're comfortable and you're happy to, we're going to take this on an upward reach, slightly forward of the head. Reach, 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 have an extra squeeze just for a moment, and then the arm comes down slowly. We can support it down, bend it in half, that helps support it. Let's try the other side. I'm going to try the other side. I'm going to show you this in standing so you can see, but stay seated if you're happy to. Just bend the arm in lightly, and then from here we can walk the fingertips over like so, or ease this into position. And again, you'll probably feel here that you can get one elbow slightly higher than the other. This is quite usual as well. Head stays still, keep this chin long here, just to a point that's comfortable for you. Hold this position. If you need to come out of it slowly. Have a release, and go in again if you can. If the upward reach is good for you, go for the reach and keep the arms slightly forward. Keep your gaze forwards just for a moment, and then that can come down. If reaching arm above head is not right for you, we can go for the extension forwards, reaching forwards and support the arm, and we can just lift out of the side here. So we can extend the arm, reach, and a shift out of here, or if you prefer, we can just lift up to the side like so. Don't forget to do the other side. So it becomes an adapted part of our side bend. But if you can, here, little reach to the side, reach up if you can, extra reach, but if not, let's just extend forwards and then add a little squeeze out of the hip. Okay, good, have a release. If you need a pit stop in the chair, you can come all the way back, have a little switch off, and then we can come in again. In stand, just have a little foot pedal, just pick the heels off, reset that open posture, and we're going to get ready for the back of thigh stretch. Everyone to sit down for this one, please, unless you know you're familiar with the standing option. If we are coming to sit down for the first time, let's do it. Feel for the chair on the backs of the legs. Let's sit down with control, really soft landings, hold on to that strength action and release. Now for this back of thigh stretch, you need to pick a position in the chair that's comfortable for you, and it really depends how long your legs are. As far back as you comfortably can is the preference for the chair. Straighten the leg out, but if that chair starts to feel uncomfortable under your thigh, you might need to do an extra wiggle to get into position. Relax foot. Just have a glance at the knee here, and as you can feel, perhaps the leg becomes very heavy with gravity, so just take the lock off the knee, just take a little knee bend, sit tall and lift out of the hips. And if you already feel the stretch here, you're in the right place. So if you feel mild tension on the back of the thigh, hold this position, relax the foot. If after a while you feel you could squeeze out a little bit more, hands to here, support the back and ease, ease, ease. And as you hinge forwards from the hip, this stretch will increase, this feeling of stretch will increase. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Ideally over time we're looking to build this 8, 12, 20, maybe 20 plus seconds. But just while you're learning this, we kind of come out, step the leg in, have a little release, and perhaps go in for a second time. Other leg, same position, here we go, lifted, place the leg out, go through the checklist. Is your foot relaxed? Is the knee unlocked? Have you sat taller? Is the stretch there? If it is, you're in the right place. Now aim to stay there for a little bit longer. If you feel you can add a little bit more stretch, we can start to come in, hinge forward. You control this stretch. You control how much stretch you have here. So just really think about what's happening, and if it becomes too much or you've had enough, come out of the stretch slowly. Relax and release. One more stretch, if I can steal one more minute from you, it's the calf stretch, lower leg here. I'm going to show you the standing option first. If we're about to stand, heels back and down, power up, get your balance, a little bit of foot pedal, and then find your position for support. A couple of ways we can move into position. Let's just go for the backward step today. So hands on for support, ball of the foot, and lower that heel with control down into the floor. My front knee's a little bit bent. So I should feel the stretch. If you can't feel the stretch on the back of lower leg, you peel it back out, you take another little step, and then you go back into it. Plus, I've got my stretch here, and if you want to, you can take a little knee bend, stay tall, start to feel the stretch. When you feel the stretch, hold it there. Stay there in standing if you're happy to. Seated option, let me show you, is heel on the floor, and now the toe comes back. So this requires some strength up the shin. So if you start to get tired on the front of the leg, that's okay. Again, you just release and go in again. Okay, step in, standing group, change legs. Seated group, change legs. Leg places out. Have a glance down at the toe and really squeeze that back. So you're almost pushing the heel forward and the toe back. And then release. And of course, all of the ankle mobility that we focus on in the morning 10-minute snack will help further improve the mobility of the ankle so that this stretch can be more effective as well. How does that feel? Really, it feels great to have a stretch, but it directly improves our mobility and how much movement we have around our joints. I think we're there. I think we've done it all. How was that? How was that for you? We're covering a lot of ground in these 10 minutes. Circulation boosting, mobility, flexibility. Any activity on our feet is going to challenge balance to a greater or lesser degree. And we can increase that challenge or decrease that challenge with all of these options and alternatives. So pick the one that's right for you, and then hopefully we have some tools in the box so that you can start to think about making different decisions to challenge yourself over time. Congratulations, that's 30 extra movement minutes in the bag today, which is over 4 hours of additional movement in this past week and a bit. Great. Please tell us, continue to tell us how these sessions are going for you. We love reading them, really helps us understand what this initiative is doing. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow at 8 AM for the Morning Movement Snackers Club. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now. See you tomorrow.